Thank you so much. You're watching Go on Shaw TV, the Wine Festival edition. Well, hello, there you are watching Go on Shaw TV, and I have to say this is always one of my favorite editions of the year, the Wine Festival edition, because of course the Aerosmith Rotary Club puts on a fabulous wine festival every year, every September, and we're here telling you about it. I'm going to start with Pam Craig, but I'm here with Pam, Cheryl, and Teresa. But Pam, for folks out there who don't know about it, what is the Wine Festival?
Wine Festival is actually a celebration of all the various wines that we have access to, and this is our 15th year to put this on, giving the community an opportunity to have a look at all the different wines that are available at Vancouver Island and in our immediate area. So it's really a special day.
And this is really a tasting event. We have full glasses in front of us, but this is an opportunity to taste wines. What do you get with your ticket?
You have into our special venue at Echo Center. There's many different wines, plus a number of different vendors there with their special appetizers and great food.
And the food pairing between the wine and the food is so important. We're going to talk to Cheryl about that in just a minute. But I want to actually go back to what you get with your tickets. You get how many tickets do you get to taste unlimited amounts of wine, or just unlimited?
Absolutely. Yes, it's quite different than the other events that we put on. So your entrance into the Wine Fest gets you an opportunity to taste every wine that's there.
Do you think that people are becoming more educated about wines?
Absolutely. We get that much more than in the past. People love to take notes. They mark down their favorites. They ask the pourers what is the best about those wines, and they take notes again. So it's kind of interesting. It's an education for sure.
It is an education, and if you're like me, I take my cell phone so I can take pictures of labels because I never remember what I've tried.
Yes, that happens as well, for sure.
Absolutely. Now we're talking, of course, about the Aerosmith Rotaries Club Alberni Valley Wine Festival, which is just one of several great events that happens every September. We just had the Alberni District Fall Fair, and of course our own Jenny Fortin was there with the camera checking out what people like best about that event.
71 years of heritage, 71 years of agriculture, and you guessed it, 71 years of community. I'd say 71 years is most definitely something to be proud of.
Fall Fair is about bringing the community together and showing what the farmers do and the agriculture and everything that's done around this valley of ours.
The Alberni District Fall Fair is just as diverse as the community we live in. There's something for everyone, every age, every walk of life. So that's exactly what I went to find out. What is your favorite part of the Fall Fair?
The Chinese Society food booth. I work there every year. Come enjoy, eat the Chinese food.
Well, just the excitement, the people, and everything that's around here. You see so many happy faces. People are just happy to be here, so I love it. Yeah, high energy. I'm all about energy.
I really like seeing people I haven't seen for a while, so it's really nice to see so many people together and just seeing everything that's here.
My favorite part is the people and the magic guy. See, I just got tricked from some guy.
You're both gonna pick one, all right.
I like the music, I like rides. It's really fun.
It is a lot of hard work, but the smiles that you see on the kids' faces, the happiness that the parents get, that's what it's all about, is bringing the families out and learning about the community and what everything's done here and seeing all the smiles on everybody's faces.
It's no surprise that the number one reason is the smiles. Now, maybe you come to the Fall Fair for one of those reasons, or maybe you're more like Brenda and Will, who have a broader perspective.
I know you asked me my favorite part. I enjoyed the whole fair. The midway, yeah. What about you?
I don't know, the whole fair, overall picture is pretty good this year. Like, we've both been involved with this fair for years, so we look at it from a different perspective, I guess. And this year is particularly gratifying, I think.
There are just so many reasons people enjoy the Fall Fair. In fact, I'm sure we could expand our list from 5 reasons to 71, but maybe I'll save that for another story. For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Jenny Fortin.
Port Alberni is, not surprisingly, a port city. Built up from a deep saltwater fjord, its harbor is home to thousands of both commercial and sports vessels, which are served by any number of marine businesses. But up until now, there was one major business lacking: marine fuel.
Fuel available before, I think, was Clutesy a little bit, but that's a long way up the river if you're out here, and for bigger boats, you can't go up the river. And China Creek, but China Creek also has a tough for bigger boats to get in.
Beyond that, the next marine fuel station was in Ucluelet, which meant boaters like Randy either had to refill tanks ashore or pre-arrange for fuel trucks to meet them at the wharf. Neither situation ideal. But with the creation of Tyee Landing by the Port Alberni Port Authority, a full-service marine fuel station is once again available to boaters in the harbor.
Port Authority made it a priority to focus on revitalizing Fisherman's Harbor and recapturing this marina as a hub for commercial fishing.
Commercial fishing, sports fishing, seagoing vessels of all sizes and types. They all needed fuel. So the Port Authority issued an RFP, a request for proposals, a request which was responded to by Doug and Sandy Smith, who opened their doors and their fuel pumps on Labor Day weekend.
It's been great. A lot of comments about time there's been fuel back in Port Alberni and things like that, and it's going over very well with the commercial boats that are moored here and come here to unload or get repairs done.
Oh yeah, definitely. Everyone I talk to says they're happy. Like even my employee that drove here said, "Oh God, this is so long overdue."
Which begs the question, why has the Alberni Harbor been without full marine fuel service for so long?
So there's a number of different variables, from market conditions to volume to shifts of interest with the particular commercial fuel distributors in the past, as well as the natural progression with environmental regulations and insurance requirements has made it a challenging industry in the inlet over the last couple of decades.
Honestly, I think a lot of the problems are perceived. The people that are in the marine fuel business are doing it properly, they're doing it safely, very environmentally conscious, and providing a service that's needed generally. There's fewer and fewer stations on the coast, so.
Luckily, Port Alberni can now boast one of those stations, and according to the Port Authority, it's all part of a waterfront revitalization.
Absolutely. Isn't it incredible just how active and dynamic our waterfront has become? The Port Authority is very good at doing business in a number of different areas, and we believe one of our strengths is recognizing when we can bring in a partner that has an even greater expertise and ability to deliver the highest level of service to all of our customers.
For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Nancy Wilmot. Wow, what a fabulous day that was to be down on Tyee Landing, and what an asset to the waterfront. On behalf of every boater in the Alberni Valley, I just want to say thank you to Doug and Sandy for bringing marine fuel back to our waterfront. Now, we are still here on another gorgeous day down at Harbour Quay at the Starboard Grill, talking about the Aerosmith Rotary Club's Alberni Valley Wine Festival, that wonderful event where you get to taste and sample all sorts of wonderful wines. Teresa Kingston, the president of the Rotary Club. Teresa, tell me a little bit about what this money goes towards, because you raise a fair bit of cash at this event.
We do, and the money, 75% of the money goes to the Rotary Arts District grant program. So when you're coming to taste the wine bid on silent auction items. It's coming right back to the community to enhance what happens on Argyle Street with the Arts District. And so it's supporting a lot of other organizations who are engaged in supporting arts and culture.
And what a perfect mix. You've got wine and food and art, and I know the Rotary Arts District is particularly close to your heart.
It definitely is. It's a project that the club took on a number of years ago, and we've done a lot, I think, as a small group to really support making a change in the uptown area.
And it is making a wonderful change. The whole environment is becoming more vibrant, prettier. How could you have an arts district that doesn't become prettier? And the Rotary Arts Grants, is that deadline coming up to apply for them?
Yes, it is. It's coming up on October 4th. And so if anyone is interested in and has a project idea for the Rotary Arts District and wants to apply for some funding, they can get in touch with me and I can help them through the process.
And this is a grant that is different. It's open to all sorts of different groups and individuals.
Yes, it's open to businesses, which is unlike most grant programs. So if you're a business on Argyle Street or in the uptown area and you want to do something to really draw attention to the arts area, feel free to get in touch with me. It's also open to individual artists. And again, that's unusual for grant programs. And then it's usual for not-for-profits who are involved in the area.
Wonderful program. Thank you for telling us about it, Teresa. Now, of course, we are talking about the Rotary Arts Festival. We just brought you a story about the Fall Fair, but there's another event that comes up every September, the Terry Fox Run. But you might not know that just prior to the Terry Fox Run, about a week ahead of time, there's another event, a very small but heartfelt one. A beautiful September morning in the Alberni Valley. People are walking and running, and one group in particular is arranging themselves for a yoga class. But not just any class. This is Yoga for Terry, an annual gathering that raises money for the Terry Fox Foundation. And right from the beginning, instructor Jan Norman has been all for it.
The day Christy asked me to do this, I said yes, 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 to give back a tiny, tiny little bit of what he gave everybody.
Well, he certainly gave Jan inspiration. In 1980, she was a young woman living in Ontario, and one day on her way home from work, she encountered a young man with an artificial leg running.
In Ontario, we didn't really know much about Terry Fox, so I kind of had heard about it. So when he was coming at me, I thought, what is this and what's happening? And then that gait he had, it was so painful. It was so painful, and he just didn't stop. I can still see in my mind him and the sweat, and his shirt was soaked, his pants were soaked. To me, he was in utter pain and very overpowering.
Terry's run was, of course, cut short not long after Jan saw him that day, when it was discovered that his primary cancer had spread to his lungs. And on June 28, 1981, Terry Fox succumbed to the disease he had fought so hard against. But today, decades later, millions of people around the world raise money in his name by running and walking and wheeling during the annual Terry Fox runs. And maybe most surprising of all is the way individuals and groups step forward with new ideas and new ways to involve their communities in the Foundation's work.
I think so. Like, I'm not really into running. Like, I'm not a runner at all, and so that doesn't really interest me all that much. So definitely the yoga interests me more than running, so it got me back involved. It was nice to beat cancer.
That's what this is about. Yoga is something that's accessible to absolutely everybody, and maybe that is just an alternative to the run or the walk. Every penny goes straight to the Terry Fox Foundation.
Yoga for Terry isn't a large event, but like all fundraisers held in his name, it comes from a largeness of heart, inspired by Terry Fox himself. For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Nancy Wilmot.
So another creature we're going to highlight right now is the bay pipefish. So hopefully you guys can see on the bay pipefish is a long, curly, green guy that resembles seahorses. So the fun fact is they're actually cousins with the seahorse, and they're found in local waters out on the Barkley Sound, and they're also really common in Maple Bay, just outside of Duncan. So just like seahorses, when they lay their eggs, so up to around 225 eggs, the males actually carry the eggs in a little pouch, and they'll carry the eggs, and after about 2 to 3 weeks, they'll hatch out, and then you'll have a bunch of baby pipefish. So if you want to learn about more things at the Alberni Aquarium, or come check out the Aquadome, come on down and see us at the Harbor Quay.
Now, we're going to take a bit of a break. I'm going to enjoy the sunshine and the view, so please stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back. You are still watching Go on Shaw TV. We are still here in this gorgeous sunshine at the Starboard Grill talking about the Aerosmith Rotary Club's annual Alberni Valley Wine Festival. And I'm here, of course, with members of the Aerosmith Rotary Club. Cheryl Hamilton, a director with the club, is going to tell us a little bit about the food because you've got food vendors there.
Yeah, we have 6 restaurants that participate with us in the wine festival. Many of them have done it for several years. Additionally, some of the other restaurants provide us with gift certificates for the silent auction, so everybody supports. Tickets are on sale at the Hospitality Inn Beer and Wine Store for cash only, and at Echo Center, and you can use debit there.
So we haven't even told you the date. This is September 24th. It's a Saturday?
Yes, from 7 till 9 that evening.
7 to 9 on a Saturday at Echo Center. 6 food vendors, over 10 wineries taking part. What do you like best, the food or the wine?
I like the money that we raise for the arts community.
Spoken like a true Rotarian. Good on you. And you know, that is one of the best things about this event. You get to come out, have a wonderful time, dress up, because some of the ladies dress up pretty snazzy, let me tell you, and you're raising money that enhances the whole community. So ladies, thank you so much for your part in putting this together, in making sure it happens year after year. It's a good event. And you know what? It's only fitting that we head from this right out onto Art Avenue.
Welcome back to another edition of Art Avenue, coming to you from the Roland Art Center. So I'll get right into what's happening right here at the Roland Art Center. Our current art exhibit is with Carol Schultz, and it's titled Impressions of the Season. Now, it's a watercolor exhibit, and that goes until October 7th. And stop by the gallery on Saturday, October 1st from 1 until 3, and come and meet Carol and talk about art. Well, hurry up down to the Roland Art Center and pick up your tickets for our Fiddle and Dance Step concert, which takes place in November, but that's going to be a sellout, and that's happening on November 20th at 2 o'clock at ADSS Auditorium. Tickets are available right here at the Roland Art Center. And also we have an extended deadline for our coloring book application, so if you're interested in doing that, those applications are now being extended until September 30th. And applications are again right here available at the Roland Art Center, so pick up them today. Well, craft fairs are just around the corner, and I wanted to let you know that the 42nd annual Christmas in the Valley Craft and Arts Fair takes place in November, and they wanted me to tell you that tables are still available, so check out the number on the screen below. And the film festival, the Alberni Valley Museum, still presenting their film festival, and the next film online is The Dressmaker, and that takes place on Sunday, October 23rd at 5 p.m. So stop by the museum to pick up your tickets today. And also, just a little reminder, we're in the gardens at the Roland Art Center, and we're always looking for help with things that are going on in the garden. So raking, picking up leaves, everything that we need to get done right here in the garden. So if you're interested in volunteering, stop by the Roland Art Center and contact me today. Well, that's it for another edition of Art Avenue, but just to let you know, if you would like me to mention your event right here on Art Avenue, contact me at the email below. So until next time, I'm Melissa Martin for Art Avenue.
Well, that does bring us to the end of the Wine Festival edition of Go on Shaw TV. These lovely ladies, I think, are going to sample their wine. It looks pretty inviting. I'm going to run over and buy my ticket because, you know, this is an event that sells out every year. September 24th at Echo Center. You can pick up your tickets where?
At Echo Center or the Hospitality Beer and Wine Store.
Hospitality Inn Beer and Wine Store. Make sure you take cash, but at Echo Center, you can pay with debit. Until we meet again, be good to each other.